So this question is factorising a quadratic, and factorising means that we need to put it into brackets. And we can see it's not as simple as some of them because we've got 5x squared rather than just 1x squared. So that coefficient greater than 1 on the x squared value is going to change the question. So when we have these kind of questions, we want to start by thinking of a number that adds together to make -6 and times us together to make -40. So what we do here is multiply these two terms together for the times. This is actually what we do with the coefficients of 1x squared. It's just that we're normally doing 1 times this number, and therefore we don't notice, which is why we say that we're timesing to make this. Okay? So if I think of what times is together to make -40, I've got 40 and 1, and obviously one of them needs to be negative. So I'm just thinking of the factors at the moment. 2 times 20, 3 doesn't go, 4 times 10, and so on. And I'm looking for ones with a difference of 6. Okay, it's a difference of 6. They're going to add together to make 6. And the reason I've stopped there is because this has a difference of 6. So my two numbers could be -10 plus 4, and they will both add together to make -6 and multiply together to make -40. So now that I've found those numbers, I'm going to rewrite the original question, so 5x squared, and instead of putting the 6x, I'm going to put those two numbers that I just found, the -10x and the +4x, because together they both simplify to make -6x. And now I'm going to imagine that I'm splitting the question in half. And I'm just going to take a single bracket out of the first half, so I could take out 5x, and that leaves me with x minus 2. And here I could take out 4, which leaves me with x minus 2. And therefore, I could almost take another factor again, or you can think of it as this is one of the brackets, and then this forms the second bracket. Essentially, I'm taking this out as a factor from both. So I now have the factorised form, x minus 2 and 5x plus 4. And that would be my factorised answer, x minus 2, 5x plus 4. And then for the second part, I need to solve it when it's equal to 0. So here, I'm taking my brackets and I'm making them equal to 0. We know we need to factorise and make equal to 0 when we're solving a quadratic. So this is going to give me x is equal to 2, and this is going to give me 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. So 5x is equal to minus 4, and x is equal to minus 4/5. So my two answers, 2 and minus 4/5. Now, if you're not comfortable with the first part of this question, part A, you can also use your GDC to help you. So on the GDC, we can solve the quadratic. So if you're asked to factorise, you could actually solve it. So menu algebra polynomial, and the quadratic is 5x squared minus 6x minus 8. And the solutions are minus 4/5 and 2. So you could check your previous answers, minus 4/5 and 2. But you can also use that to help you to answer the first question. So if you know the answers are 2 and minus 4/5, then you could kind of work backwards to what we did in part B, and you can say that this came from this bracket and this came from this bracket. Or a nicer way to put that first bracket would actually be to multiply that 5 to here, in which case I could write that as 5x plus 4. Okay, and you can see there that that actually helps us to factorise it. We've already factorised it in that correct way. So if you're struggling to factorise, then you can actually use the GDC in order to factorise. But obviously that's only possible on a calculator question.